Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Frustrating week through the week with a couple of horses racing. I thought Tori's G was okay. We tried him on the synthetic and see how he went, and he was sort of competitive again. He's a little ripper, that horse, but winner was just far too good, but he went okay. Sordo, I thought he probably, I don't know, jockey sort of got lost a bit on the corner and ended up in the worst part of the ground, and yeah, he only had to steer around the corner. He probably wins, and took a little filly up to Sale yesterday, and probably a rookie error. I ran her from a really wide gate, and the jockey speared her out of the gates, and she just got running and went way too hard, and then sort of just capitulated late. Probably the track was a little bit wetter than I first thought too. They only ran 101 for the 1,000, which is pretty slow. She's a sort of a bit of a shoot. She'd run up in about 57, that filly, so I think the track might have been a bit worse than what I first thought. But anyway, cards didn't really fall for us this week, but hopefully we've got a few good chances this up and coming week. So let's have a look at them now. Got Steely Hustler in at Ballarat Friday. Good race for her. She's just drawn a bit awkwardly, but that's I don't mind. I'm not 100% sold how she'll get around a little tight track. So drawing off probably gives her a bit more space anyway. I've also got her in at Seymour on Tuesday to cover my bases there. But at Steely Hustler, she'll either go to Ballarat Friday or to Seymour on Tuesday. Champagne Saber goes to Warracknabeal on Friday. Been sort of tinkering around a little bit, how to ride him, whatever. We're still really working this horse out. He's just really young. Every jockey who rides him comes back, and the first comment they make is just they just keep saying how raw he is and how much learning he's still got to do. So we're hopefully going to give him a really good prep this time in, take him to the races plenty of times over these sort of 2,000 metres and teach him how to race, put him away, and I think he can come back a beautiful 4-year-old. But he'll be really competitive on Friday at Warracknabeal. Lulus Choice is having a nice little rest here after a bit of track work this morning. She'll go to Warracknabeal on Friday. We've been jumping out and going back on her and getting her to travel, and she just sort of we had to put a tongue tie on her, and she's just sort of going hard. So we're just going to let it run. And in a 1,000-metre race, let it bounce. She's got great speed, and down a nice little tight on-speed sort of track, and see how she goes doing that. But her last start, she actually got a lot of mud down her throat and choked down badly. So we're just going to take that sort of stuff out of play. So you can see she's lovely and relaxed here this morning, so that's good. So that's Lulus Choice, and she'll go round at Warracknabeal on Friday. Bingo's Bang in first up at Warracknabeal. Just drawn the car park. Warracknabeal drawing one from the outside's a nightmare, but it's a really lowly graded race, and that's what he needs to sort of get in. I have a good think about whether I run him or not, but I'm a bit obligated to run him because I've been looking at this race for a long time with him. I think it's the ideal race for him. He's just drawn barrier 14 around 1,000 metres at Warracknabeal. That's sort of you just stay at home sort of thing. But anyway, I'll have a good think about it, see how strong the field is. But I'm just not really sure what I'll do. But that's Bingo's Bang at Warracknabeal on Friday. Got Rivo here in at Warracknabeal. Now the track at Warracknabeal probably won't really suit him, but I need to get one more run under his belt, and that will be Friday. The 2,000 metres will be good, and then he'll be ready to rock and roll, probably over 2,400 or 2,300 or something like that. Come back here, buddy. But he's in great order. He's come back in every bit as good a horse as he was last time in, and when he got to that sort of big distance, he come into his own. So he just needs one more run, and that'll be Friday. So that is Rivo at Warracknabeal. Got Chappo in at Ballarat on Sunday. He's going to be an emergency, but I see a couple of key sort of runners have drawn wide, so I reckon he'll get a run. He jumped out his first up run and got in behind him and copped a big whack in his eye, and we had a real problem with this left eye, but you can see it's sort of 100% healed up now, and he's all ready to go. So he'll go to Ballarat on Sunday. Really nice horse. You read in the race book, he's had 2 starts for 2 really average sort of runs, but have faith in him. He's a really nice horse. So that's Chappo on Sunday. Come along, Jeffrey. We'll go to Ballarat Sunday. Was good first up. I think he'll just need this one run, and then he'll be ready to rock and roll. Normally third up's his go. He was good, really good first up. He almost looked like he was going to run a place at bloody big odds, and I think he'll be very similar this week. There should be really good speed in this race, so he'll be right on the hammer, and he'll be good through the line. But I reckon we just need this one more run, and then Jeffrey will be ready to go in a nice race. Let's come along, Jeffrey, at Ballarat on Sunday. Hellofastorm goes first up at Ballarat Sunday. look, she's in good order. Really difficult horse to train. She's so highly strung, and her temperament's horrible. But we've trained her out of a paddock this time in, and just even this, you can't. If she was in a stable, she'd be sort of bloody half ears back trying to kick you and carry on. Where she seems a lot happier, albeit she's a bit fluffy in the coat and has a bit of mud on her and that sort of stuff. But she sort of seems to like that. So we're not going to go changing too much. Difficult middle of winter, you're training horse sort of out of a paddock the whole time. It's not really conventional, but whatever works, we're happy to try. So even around the stable, she just seems the staff can walk her around without her trying to get all upset and that sort of stuff. So it'd be really interesting to see what she's like when we actually take her back to the races, if she's the same sort of half mad bloody thing, or if she's more relaxed. But anyway, she'll have her first up run at Ballarat on Sunday. That's Hellofastorm. Got a little Rajana. I'll probably take her to Seymour Tuesday. I'll gallop her Saturday morning to make sure. I'll accept with her on Friday, but we'll give her a nice gallop Saturday morning to see how she is. Ran her first up in a speed race at Wangaratta the other day, and she sort of jumped and put herself in a good spot, but they were just too quick for her. So she just needs to just go up in trip, where I think she'll land in the first 2 or 3 and then hold that gallop to the line. The 1,000 metres, they just sort of sprinted away from her, but I thought she still held her line and held her speed pretty good. So I think stepping up in trip's going to be a big advantage for her. So that's Rajana at Seymour on Tuesday.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse, a pretty well-known horse around the stables, Hellofastorm, Sparkles as she's preferably known as. She's going great. She has been doing a lot of galloping here at the farm, and yeah, Jamie always comments on just her times, how much faster she is on the training track, and just how good she's going through the line. She's taking a lot of pulling up. She's nice and keen, and yeah, loving life. I don't know whether you put that down to a maturity thing, or we've been training her out of paddock this time in, and whether she's always a horse. Even when she was in the box, we'd put her on the walker, for a big, long, nice warm up and everything like that. Where out in the paddock, she's able to burn off a bit of steam and run around and buck her brands off. Yeah, she seems to be loving life at the moment. As you can see, having a pick of grass here. So never seen a horse loves grass so much. She absolutely loves it. But so last time in, we took her into her first up run at Geelong without a trial. And she probably took us by surprise a little bit, and was able to put her head in front. Then she probably just took 3-4 weeks to get over that run, and she's a horse that puts absolutely everything into her runs, and she certainly did that day. And but yeah, she had a really good prep. She ran second again, and then won again at Geelong. So yeah, she had a really good prep, and her last run she sort of a fair bit went wrong, and she was probably looking for the paddock. So we've given her a good spell, brought her back in, and she is loving life at the moment. Her times are really good on the track. She's in a really good frame of mind. So again, we'll go into first up run without a trial. It seemed to work last time in, so we'll try it again and see if we can have the same sort of result. So it'll be a pretty strong race at Ballarat on Sunday. 1200 metre benchmark 64. She's even just how far she is down in the ballot, so that'll be pretty strong noms. But yeah, if she gets a run, then yeah, I expect a pretty forward showing. She's a horse that jumps away. She shows good speed, and she puts herself on the speed, and every time you send her around, she's given 100%. So that's all you can ask. And but yeah, her frame of mind's really good, which I think a really important thing for this horse. She can be sort of a bit of a handful and a bit of a moody girl at some times, but I think training her out of a paddock and just giving her a bit of a free rein out there seems to be working. Certainly working on the training track. Hopefully it can translate to race day.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Lots of horses racing this week. Interesting this time of year, isn't it? If you've got a race on the synthetic, there's about 3 race meetings, I think, on the synthetic next week. And if you don't want to race on that, you've sort of got to travel. The race meetings are, Warracknabeal and Swan Hill and Wodonga and those places, and I even went to Sale through the week. So you've just got to really travel a long way if you don't want to race on the synthetic. So really difficult time of year, and I find it really struggling to just to find ideal races for the horses. And when you do find a race for them, there's about 30 horses being accepted. So yeah, really difficult time of year. But anyway, hopefully a couple of these horses I think are going well. Just need a bit of luck. We just had no luck lately with a couple of bad barrier draws and just a couple of average sort of rides. But anyway, hopefully that'll turn around. Until next week, see you later.